Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining me and welcome. I'm going to be talking about An American Story, which is a book that I would like to review with y'all. Bienvenidos a todos. Voy a estar hablando de este libro. And I've chosen to talk about this book because I think it addresses things that we really need to be talking about. Kwame Alexander is the author. He's a very well known author, but this book um, it's very sad. It's the true story of slavery in America. And I love how he wrote it because he puts it from the point of view of the teacher in the classroom. And how do we tell the story that is so scary, so horrifying? Um, so I would probably recommend this book for middle school students. But I think it's a book for even adults to know more about slavery and the truths. The illustrations are beautiful and powerful, very detailed. You can see the pain almost, right? Um, and the kids in the classroom, because remember, it's still from the teacher's point of view. So the kids in the classroom are asking, but Miss, don't you always tell us to tell the truth about everything, right? Honesty matters. So she talks about, Africans being captured and stolen from their land, put in chains, and brought to this country in ships in horrible conditions, right? Where many, um, out of desperation, jump into the ocean and die. So I would like to maybe invite you guys to do a Zoom with this book and where we can talk about it. The story of how it must have felt, right, for African children working so hard while the white children got to enjoy books and read and learn. Um, but I also love too that he throws in a little bit about the resilience, right? The strength of the people refusing to be broken, of refusing to love, to keep smiling. And I apologize for my camera and both not holding that correctly. Um, People being courageous, trying to escape, fathers fighting back, about mothers having their children torn away from them, taken away from them, and families, right? Families being torn apart and sold like cattle. Again, the illustrations, right? And this is why he questions, right, as he writes the story, how do we tell this story? And when do we tell this story? Really, I think this is a story that everyone needs to hear. And which, by the way, I also want to invite you to the Zoom where I also want to talk about other truths that we have not been told or have not, you know, learned in our schools. So I hope that you guys will join me in this and learn together on this online Zoom. And I know some of my friends might ask, but that happened so long ago. Does it really even matter anymore? And yes, because it helps us understand where, how we got to where we are at. Because now, yes, it is about choice, right? We work hard, just like I did. You break the barriers of poverty and you go to school and you do all that. But as bad as I had it, some people have it even worse. They haven't been able to break those cycles of poverty and they don't have as many choices. And this book, it's not about shaming our history, but about building empathy from the stories. So I hope that y'all will join me in this. And yes, we make better choices. We can improve our lives because once we do know the truth does set us free. Thank you, everyone. Gracias. Los veo pronto.